Well, I believe we are ready to start. More students definitely will join. Important things to mention is the webinar is recorded. So in case you missed some part or you want to rewatch it, we're going to share with you via email over the next few days. So whoever just joined, welcome. And this is Federica, will be your host for tonight. And we are connected with this live webinar in partnership with the University of Milan-Bicocca. And our speakers are connected. A great welcome to Marta. She's a part of the university, and she's going to give us an overview of the programs and also some useful insights on the university. But we also have 3 students on board that are going to share their experience with us. So Ryan, Hussein, and Gerard. Marta, leave you the floor. She's going to share with us a presentation, so it will be also easier for you to follow questions. Write them into the chat or the Q&A box, and we're going to answer them live at the end.
Thank you very much, Federica. And good night, everyone, or good morning, depending on which area you're connected from. I'm Marta, and I'm part of the International Communication and Promotion Office of the University of the State University of Milan-Bicocca. I'm very happy to be here today to give us the presentation of our university and our course software. So I'm going to share the screen. Okay. I will give you a presentation very short, I promise, on our course software, and then I will leave the floor to our students. They can give you also an insight of what is the study life of international students in Milano-Bicocca. First of all, Milan, well-known city in Italy, is a modern city with a cultural and artistic heritage, a cultural and artistic heart that only needs to be discovered. Most of you already know we are famous for fashion, design, and finance. Milan is also a very common destination for a world-class education, and there you will find a very dynamic life as a student. And Bicocca, why we are named Bicocca? Because our university is located in the north of Milan, in an area, in a district that is called Bicocca. And it comes from ancient villa, the name of a family that has a villa there where they spend their summer holidays. After the summer destination of a family, Bicocca area district became the area of the Pirelli factory, where now we have only the offices. And from what was the Pirelli factory in the middle of the 90s, the municipality of Milan decided to build a new campuses for place some faculties of the State University of Milan. What you will find in the Bicocca district is a very modern and family-friendly area. Even if is in the north and not in the center of Milan. There are plenty of services. For example, there is a very big art exhibition, there is a theater, there is a big mall, and a lot of facilities, especially for sport. Who we are. So you heard me saying that in the mid-90s, the municipality of Milan decided to build a new campus for some faculties of the State University of Milan. Well, in 1998, we became so big that we decided to shift, and we have the possibility to shift and became autonomous. So in 1998, the State University of Milan-Bicocca was born. So we are a state university as well. And we have some faculties which are especially ours and which we achieve excellence. Our campus, since it's modern, is organized like a modern Anglo-Saxon campus. So you will find everything there. We have a gym for our students. We have a big stadium. We have a very active sport committees that involve students in many activities. And also our residencies and our campuses are held there, except for two pole, which are the biomedical, the medical pole in Monza. So all the medical activities are held there. And the English medical school, which is located in Bergamo, which is a city close to Milan, where, for being clear, where the Orio Serio airport and the low-cost airlines land usually. And then for students who are studying marine sciences, we also have a campus at the Maldives, where the students attending that particular master course have, in fact, some activities. Here are our numbers. So we know that we are not still very famous among the international students. So we prepared this slide with our numbers. We have more than the 37,000 students, and students coming from all over the world, including the exchange students, are more than 2,000. We have 7 subject areas for our courses, and we have 85 study programs and more than 10 double degrees with other foreign university. And the last data is the one that interests you more. We have 16 study programs entirely taught in English. And these are our programs. In the scientific area, we have a bachelor and a master in artificial intelligence, which are held together. They are joint university degree. So you will have classes both in University of Milan, University of Milan-Bicocca, and University of Pavia. Then we have our masters in astrophysical and space physics, in data science. We have a new master in economics and technological sustainability, which we will start in September. We have the master in human centered artificial intelligence, material science, marine science, optometry, and from September 2025, both a bachelor and a master in physics, entirely taught in English. In the psychological area, we have a master in applied and experimental psychological sciences. In the medical area, as I told you, we have the School of Medicine and Surgery. And we have the Faculty of Economic and Statistical area, where entirely taught in English, you will find a new master in economics and science for environmental sustainability, and a new bachelor, sorry, and 2 masters in international economics and marketing in global markets. And especially this new master, a bachelor, sorry, again, economics and science for environmental sustainability, and its master, which is this economics and technological sustainability, is a new kind of master, new kind of professional profile we are going to launch, which is a professional with a deep economic background, but also studying in details economic biology and energy and environmental sustainabilities, in order to be able to work in a company giving advice, very technical advice, and providing solution for energy and environmental sustainabilities, but having also a strong background in economics. So be able also to help from the financial point of view. This is an overview on the Italian education system, so you will be able to place yourself and know which kind of program will be best for you. The basic entry requirement for a bachelor degree is a high school diploma gained after at least 12 years of education. This is the basic entry requirement. Then, according to your country, your education system, you may have additional requirements. For example, if you have an academic eligibility to be sit before entering a university in your country, you need to have seated and passed it in order to be eligible for a bachelor in Italy. Whereas The basic entry requirement for a master degree is a bachelor degree gained in a higher university or higher institution recognized by the local Ministry of Education. As you can see, our bachelor's degree has the length of 3 years, and they are followed by a master degree of 2 years. The single cycle degree that in our offer you have seen as the medical school are a single cycle degree. That means that you start, and at the end of the cycle, which can be 5 or 6 years, you will earn a master degree, not a bachelor. After the master degree, the next step of education, the last one, is the PhD research doctorate or a specialization degree, which is more valid in the field of medicine than in the others. How to apply? From this year, we have a new platform dedicated entirely to students with international qualification. That means any kind of qualification gained abroad. On this platform, which is used also by other universities, you will be able to start your application, and you will be able to be updated on all the stages of application. And even after the admission, you will be in contact with our offices, and you will be guided through all the procedure you need to complete your enrollment, especially if you are a visa applicant student. We have already opened our application for both for free access and limited access courses. The first call for free access courses, as you can see, will end on the 10th of February and was open in November. The second call for limited access courses have opened in January and will end on March. The third call will be open in March for both for free and limited access courses, and will be open to all the students. And the last call will be reserved for European citizens and non-European citizens residing in Italy. So if you are a visa applicant student, that means a student that needs to come in Italy in September 2025 with a study visa, you have only left the application window of February and March and the last one of May. You cannot participate in the fourth call. How you prepare your application? It is very simple. It is very intuitive as a platform. You can check on our platform the degree you are interested in. You will find all the entry requirements, all the deadlines, even the study plan of the course on the platform. You will find in the platform the list of documents you need to prepare for application on that program. When you are settled with your choices and you have prepared your documents, you can register on the platform, simply clicking on become an applicant and filling the form. You will receive an applicant code that you need to to confirm your email and your application. After that, an invoice will be released to you for paying the application fee. And finally, you will wait for your feedback. Your application will pass through several steps. In the first one, we check your personal data. In the second one, credential evaluators are involved. They check your credential, that means your high school diploma or your degree. And if they need more information, you will be contacted. In the third step, your English language certificate will be checked, because if a course is entirely taught in English, we require an English certification of B2 level. So we have a language office, they will check it. They will tell you what to do in case you are not in possession of the certification. And as last step, your application will be sent to the academic check. So the professor will check, or in case of limited entrance, the professor will receive your profile and then they will prepare the ranking. Once you will be admitted, you will receive an offer. You will have a couple of weeks to confirm it by paying the deposit, which is not refundable again. And after that, you will be considered enrolled in the program. Then there will be other small steps to be followed, but you will receive a step-to-step guidance by our offices. Regarding master degree, with the application fee of 30 euros, you will be able to apply up to 3 courses. Coming to speak about our fees, the first installment, which is the deposit you will pay, is 156 euros, and it is the same for all the students. Then there will be second installment, let's say a balance and a second installment and a balance to be paid between January and May. There will be a fixed amount, which is calculated on the basis of the country in which you pay taxes. Usually they are very, as we are a state university, you can take into account, so think about a very restricted fee, which can be, according to your country, for a minimum of 200 euros to a maximum of 2,000. Regarding the scholarship, we, of course, we do accept MyCI Ministry scholarship. For that scholarship, you need to refer to your to the Italian consulate of your area. We do have regional scholarships, which are the income-based scholarship. The scholarship are assigned according to the rules who are set up by the region, in this case, the Lombardy region, which is the region of in which we are located. And it will be assigned according to the income of the students. The amount of the scholarship is 8,000 euros per year. Starting from February 2025, so we are preparing and launching right now the call, there will be a scholarship completely dedicated to international visa applicant students who choose one of our programs held in English. The scholarship will be assigned according to the merit. That means if there is a ranking, the best students who score in the entrance test are chosen. Otherwise, if it is a free entrance test, each professor will evaluate on the basis of merit. That means how you score in your exams during your bachelor. And they will assign the scholarship. Talking about bachelors, there is always a ranking, so it will be assigned according to the ranking. The amount of the scholarship will be 10,000 euros. Beside this, we also have accommodation, of course. There will be a call for accommodations. And as is a hot topic in Milan right now, there is we are very hungry for new accommodation. We are making new agreements with provider, and we are setting agreements with provider that can help students in the case they do not get an on-campus accommodation. So, sorry, I want to stop the start. So this is, the overview of what our university can offer to you as international students. We are, as you can see, a lot of new programs coming in September 2025. Our will and our target is to become more international and to welcome more and more international students in next years. So in case you will have any doubts, you can connect to our platform, register on it, and there is a message system that you can use in order to ask us any question you have. And before leaving the floor to our students who want to share with you their experience in Bicocca, I will show to you a very beautiful video that one of our PhD students presented during the starting of our academic year in November. Is made of mixed technique. There are drawings, and and that explain which has been the history of our campus from the beginning, from the Pirelli factory to today. And he puts attention on what is the most important things for us, which are sustainability, energy sustainability, and environmental sustainability, together with a great attention to the protection of the biosystem and the biosystem of Milan. So thank you everyone for your attention, and I leave the floor to Federica, that can introduce you the students that are speaking today.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Marta, for the presentation and for sharing this very nice and inspiring video with us. We already started to receive some questions, so whoever is connected, if you do have questions, please feel free to drop them into the Q&A box. So now, as you anticipated, we do have some students on board for today's webinar, and I wanted to leave the floor to Gerard. They will be our first speakers for today, and he's studying a Master of Science in Marine Sciences. So, Gerard, if you are connected and if you can turn on your camera and the audio so we can hear your experience. So the idea is hi, and thank you so much for making the time to be with us today. Looking forward to hearing your experience at the university and what you'd like to share with our participant tonight.
Thank you very much, Federica, and thank you everybody for this wonderful opportunity. Like I said, I am called Bokwe Gerard Mutale. I'm an international student at the University of Milano-Bicocca. I study masters in marine sciences. Well, so far, my experience at the University of Milano-Bicocca has been so exciting and rewarding. Firstly, I would like to appreciate the university for creating a welcoming environment for international students. I had the privilege to attend a lot of orientations organized by the university and the staffs as a whole. This helped me to be able to understand the Italian system of education and helped me as well to be able to integrate within the university. In the part of academics, I would say my academic transformation has been very, very awesome. The University of Milano-Bicocca has given me the opportunity and privilege to access high technical laboratories, research facilities, like what they mentioned, the Mahe Center, which is the base of the research facilities for the marine science students. I think it's one of the best in Europe and maybe at the world at large. So with this, I've been able to carry on a hand-on experience, which has been shaping my stay and my career at large. Now, looking at the university at large, we look at there are a lot of diversities, which means that there are different form of students or different type of students from everywhere. We have students from Africa, students from Europe, America, and everywhere. With this, I've been able to have the privilege to make friends, not only sharing the classroom, but we had the opportunity to share our culture, our tradition, our meals. With this regards, it has really been helpful for me to understand collaboration and also to be able to have a broader global perspective as far as collaboration is concerned. Also, I would like to talk about the fact that the university has also exposed me with the library is really open. I'm also having the opportunity to carry out research at any point in time. All I need is just my internet. I can access the library at any location where I'm from. Also, I would like to talk about the fact that the university has also exposed me to advanced and professional softwares, which I've been using so far in order to build my career. With this regards, I believe and I truly know that I'm in the right place. I want to thank the University of Milano-Bicocca for being home, far from home, and for providing me with all the necessary tools and all the necessary equipments to dream bigger and to move towards my academic career path. And I also want to thank everybody who is listening to me right now for this wonderful opportunity. Thank you very much. Ciao.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Gerard, for your kind testimonials. And I think your word is very inspiring for whoever is in the position of thinking about studying abroad. We do know it's a hard choice to make. You mentioned a home away from home. It means like leaving your country, moving to different city, different country, different language. So Gerard, as well as the other students, will be available if you have any question. So perhaps we might have some students coming from same country. So if in case you want to ask questions, feel free to drop them into the Q&A box, and we will be happy to answer them later on. And it's not only Gerard to be a part of our panel tonight, but we also have Hussein. And Hussein is studying a master's degree in data science, and is also here to share his experience with you tonight and available in case you do have any questions. Hussein, leave you the floor and looking forward to hearing your story.
Thank you so much, Federica. And I would like to also thank the University of Milano-Bicocca for giving me the opportunity. I'm one of the scholars actually who was awarded a scholarship program. Of course, that's called the Unicore scholarship program that's dedicated for refugee students. And I'm also one of the luckiest people actually to have flew from Kenya, Nairobi. And in Kenya, I studied my Bachelor's of Science in Software Development. And I'm also currently pursuing my master's degree in data science. And actually, the university has one of the best lecturers, actually, who are friendly. And the lecturers are actually present to reply to your emails and messages. And anytime that you have challenges or you have delay of assignments or somewhere that you are not actually understanding well, the lecturers are ready to reply to you. And one of the key things actually to speak about the university is good at actually providing materials to students on their e-learning. And this is very this is like something not all universities actually that offer. And the University of Milano-Bicocca actually, even though you are sick or you haven't actually understood, you have been attending classes, but actually you are not coping up with, and then you can actually access the materials very well. And as international students, I am sure that there are so many international students actually who are here, have a lot of questions regarding the application processes. And I think like once you are awarded a scholarship, the university awards you the scholarship, one of the things that you need to look for is your visa. And looking for the visa, actually, the university, for some students, I think are required to have a DOV, Declaration of Value, which is like the international students has to keep in mind. And the second thing, like they have to keep in mind is the codice fiscale, and I think that's like the document that actually you are required to have your bank accounts, that you are required um, your permesso permit, study permit, or any other documents actually that you want from the government. You are needed to have the codice fiscale, which is called the taxi document. I think like it's a tax identification document. And the tax identification document will help you a lot. And for me, actually, I had to do it here. So, and then if you're doing it from here, then you will your process of getting all those documents available to you will take longer. So, as an international student, if you are actually looking forward to apply to University of Milano-Bicocca for admission, once you are granted the admission, you immediately try to get this document as quick as possible. If you can do it in your home country, the better. And the other thing is that actually keep in mind that even though the university offers courses in English, and they also integration of if you want to integrate yourself into the community, also be better in Italian language as well. The university offers Italian classes for international students. It is free. And there are also other schools in Milan that actually will help you again for learning Italian language. Like me right now, I'm registered in another school. I'm not paying, but it's for free. And if you are international student, actually, you are abroad looking forward to come to Milan, don't worry about language. Language is just a matter of time, but you will learn, and the resources and materials are available to you. And there are so many teachers and there are so many schools that actually can help you for that. And yeah, and there's actually, if you are coming from Kenya, Africa, Latin America, or Europe, or anywhere, there's so many international students in this university, and the international community in the university is very strong. Actually, for me, it was the best moment because I was able to actually integrate myself with so many students from different countries and from different places. You can see students from Iran, you will see students from Ukraine, you will see students from Pakistan, India, Peru, Venezuela. You'll see a lot of them. Yeah, so be prepared and yeah, have the best. Good luck with your process. Thank you.
Thank you, Sain. How is it going with your Italian?
Pretty good right now. Yeah, piacere, I can say.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
So great. Also, if you do have questions about this, I think you really made a good point. Is definitely everything will be the language of studies will be English, but learning Italian is also a great way to integrate with the other classmates, but also in general with the city. So thank you so much, Sain, for this. And we look forward to receiving questions. Actually, if we do have students interested more about scholarships or anything else, we are here to support. So thank you, Sain. Last but not least, so Ryan. So Ryan is actually, he was a master's student. So we changed completely field. So this is also to show that at the University of Milan-Bicocca, you can study different fields. So we talked about marine science, data science. Now we're moving to psychology. And correct me if I'm wrong, so you studied the Master of Science, but then you also decided to continue your educational path towards a PhD. And but I leave it to Flora so you can tell us more about your experience.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name's Ryan. Thank you. Thank you for the introduction. So I guess I will just mostly explain or like tell you about my experience from going from the States, because I'm originally from Atlanta, Georgia, and coming to Italy and doing my master's and how it was for me after gaining
Absolutely, thanks.
a master's degree. So I originally like studied neuroscience, and I wanted to continue my education, but more within an international setting and also abroad. And I found the master's degree in applied experimental psychology at Bicocca, and I have a particular niche that I'm interested in. And one of the main researchers within this niche was at Milano-Bicocca. And so I entered the field, entered the degree after going through the admission and everything, as Marta it explained very nicely. And for me, and I think my experience here within this specific program will apply to most of the programs that are available for the master's degree. Within the first year or so, it was very focused on the fundamentals of psychology and neuroscience. And then throughout the second year and the latter half of the first year, you were able to cater your studies based on your interests. And so this allows you to kind of choose your own path within the degree, and it accumulates for you to do your master's thesis. And so you gain all of this training and everything in order to also choose who you want to work with for your master's thesis, and also to gain some experience within the field. So for me, it was research. And this ultimately allowed me to really broaden my experimental skills, my research skills, because the university, at least the psychology department, but I know there's many well-established research facilities throughout the entire university. So I was able to employ statistical methodology, do a lot of different things within neuroscience. So I worked in non-invasive brain stimulation, but they also have things for MRI, also other neuroimaging techniques. So there's a lot of resources available within the research centers here. They also, I know, have crazy research centers focused on technology that integrates within many different disciplines throughout the university. So if you are a researcher or interested in getting research skills, the facilities here are very high, and they will allow you to really pursue your interest. On top of that, I found the professors and my colleagues, and also through this making friends, everyone was very kind and supportive. And as being an international student, you kind of need this in order, because you may feel yourself getting lost, but then there is a community there that will be there to help you when you are feeling this way. And so my overall experience with the master's, I would say, is a very positive one. And this allowed me to think, okay, well, then what's next? And so given my experience here, I decided to continue pursuing into the PhD. And I would say that most of what I experienced within the master's also transfers into my experience within the PhD. And luckily, I am almost done with it. I am doing my dissertation defense in a couple weeks. So I will get the PhD, and I already have the master's. So I would say in my time at Milano-Bicocca for the past 5 years has been a very positive experience for me, both professionally and personally. I think that's enough. But if you guys have any questions, please let me know. And I will just piggyback onto what the other speakers were saying, and that yes, you are going abroad, but you're also moving to Italy. So you need to also embrace the Italian culture. I find that you don't need to be fluent in Italian, but if you take the time to learn Italian, you will find yourself enjoying your time here even more so than you would if you did not. And so I think being an international student is not just going for study, it's also a change of life. And so this is really something that you should think about. And I would say that being in Milan, there's so many cultural activities, museums, art, you can have a beautiful time. So yeah. Thank
Great.
you.
Thank you, Ryan. And you already know what's going to be next for you? Planning on going back to the States or?
No, I found a postdoc position in Padua.
Okay.
And so for the people here, it's a city very close to Venice. So I'll be moving there in the beginning of March, and I'm really excited. Yeah.
Excited. It's very exciting. So it's also great to hear that your experience was positive and you decided to stay in Italy, and that's great. So very best of luck for this.
Thank you.
And well, I believe we're now ready to take some of your questions. So keep writing them into the Q&A box. I'm just going through some of them that we receive. So we mentioned about learning Italian is a plus, but what about what level, English level is requested? And particularly, we have Claudia asking if Duolingo, for example, is accepted or just maybe IELTS or Cambridge or some other.
Okay, so for bachelor and master TOEFL in English, the requirement is a B2 level of English certified. That means that must be one of the certification accepted by our university, which usually are the most common ones. So TOEFL, IELTS, PET, Cambridge. So Duolingo is not among the certification that we accept. Talking about the bachelor and master's TOEFL in Italian, usually we ask for a B2 certified level of Italian language. And we are talking again about certification, officially certification. That means Roma 3, Plida, Celi, Celti, and so on.
Thank you. Asking about if you can apply to more than one program. And also, what makes this university stands out? So I guess when an international student is looking at Italian university, especially Milan, that we don't know is one of the most international city we have in Italy, they might come across different option. So what makes the University of Bicocca stands out? I mean, the students already, I think, mentioned some key points, but if we can talk about this.
So for masters, going for the first part of the questions, for master course, you can apply up to 3 courses with 1 application fee. For bachelor course, you don't have a limit. So, I mean, you do the entrance test for the bachelor, which is a standardized entrance test for Italian university. And with that, you can participate also with different rankings. So talking about masters, you can apply up to 3. And what we make us say special is that our, especially compared to the other university in Milan, our field of study are very peculiar, and they give a different perspective or a different path. For example, our physics course are all devoted to the developing of new technologies, such as artificial intelligence. Our biology master course are centered on the marine biodiversity, especially the Maldives one. Experimental psychology, Ryan can tell something about, but is a particular field of psychology, so it's not the standard one. So in some way, each of our courses give you a different perspective, especially the new ones that we are launching. For example, economics for sustainability give you this new profile, which is both a scientific and technical professional and an economist. So if I have to say what we have to special, also me having worked in other university different than Bicocca, is this different point of view and really a big attention to what is sustainability and to which are the new technologies in these coming years.
I think this is very important because I guess, then correct me if I'm wrong, that this also supports the students once they graduate to help them finding a job in the job market.
Of course.
Perfect. Well, we just heard 2 very successful stories of 2 students that are in the process of studying, already graduated, but how competitive is to get into the university? So do you receive a lot of application? What makes an application stands out?
We are receiving a lot of application. Thanks also for the new platform that you have that makes very easy for students to apply, giving students just one reference point where to ask any questions and where to be guided. So all the office work on that platform, and you just have to log in one. The student log in one, and we receive all the requests. And entry requirements may vary according to the program you choose to apply for. All the requirements can be a GPA requirement, can be specific subject out. That's why, okay, it goes with the fact that our courses are very peculiar. So maybe even if you're graduated in psychology, you might have, I don't know, exams in a particular field of psychology in order to be able to join the master. So everything regarding the requirements are written on our platform, and you can go through it. Of course, there are courses so special. For example, I'm thinking about optometry and vision science, which is part of material science. You must have a certain kind of background in order to enter. There are others, which, for example, global marketing, international economics, in which you go maybe very easily. So they are not so strict, the entry requirements. But in any case, I suggest all of you to have a look of the requirements that are on the platform in order to decide which course is better for you.
Right. Deborah is asking about if there is any sort of limited age to apply for master scholarships, but also I'm going to add in general, is age like a limit? Is there any age limit to apply? And what happens if somebody has, for example, a gap year on the CV, maybe finished the bachelor and then he started to work and decided to continue his education? Is there a problem? Is it allowed?
Yeah, we don't have any age limits for joining our courses. For the merit-based scholarship, there are no limitation as far as I get from the offices that are preparing the call, which is not out yet. For the income-based scholarship, there is one rule which is set up by the government, let's say, which is if you are attending a course of a level that you have already obtained, both in Italy or in your country, you cannot be eligible. So let's say if you have a master in your country and then you came to Italy to do another master, you cannot participate in the income-based scholarship. So this is the limit that we have.
Perfect. But in case you want to continue to pursue a degree that, let's say, is higher
There
than
are
what you
no
already get, there are no
problems.
problem. Amazing. Esther is asking us if the University of Milan-Bicocca has partnership with external companies for internship. Is internship is part of some of the curriculum, and if there is any sort of support from the university.
Each bachelor or master course has inside the study plan has a number of hours that has to be spent as an internship. So we have an internship office that helps students in setting the internship, or you can search for an internship by yourself and then asking for an agreement. What we suggest students when internships issue comes is to also, while studying, learn Italian, because it will be helpful in order to find the best choice for internship for the students, because many companies asking for a basic level of Italian in order to be able to find a good opportunity to be hired for the internship.
Thanks. During the presentation, you mentioned the campus. So we had an overview of the offerings, but also on the campus. They're asking if the university offers any sort of sports opportunities on campus, activities, anything related to this.
Yes, as I said during the presentation, our sport committee is very strong and has a lot of initiatives. We have a stadium actually, which is built of the university, is ours. So all the majority of activity take place there. Students have the possibility to join a team. We have the soccer team, we have the basketball team, the volleyball team. canoa team. So students can participate and then go for tournaments, both against other university in Milan, both in Italy in general for the national students tournaments. Then we offer for a very, very low price courses of tennis, of dance, yoga. So we have a lot of them. And we have a gym, which is where students can have access very easily with a very, very cheap rate. So yes, definitely sport is one of the things that Bicocca cares more about the students, both for your health and for your, let's say, psychological well-being.
That's amazing. And also, like, we mentioned about the perks and having a gym on campus and offer all of these, something that you can find in all the universities. So that's a great point. Visa process. So of course we know that some of the students where we are connected are international students, so they might require a visa in order to study in Italy. So question is regarding if there is any sort of support, any sort of help. And I'm just going to add another bit is how early should an international student be looking when applying?
Yeah. So this is a very good question. Our support for the visa is, let's say, guiding the students for filling the forms online on the website, which is named Università, that you need to send a form in order to ask for your visa. And then we, let's say, confirm on this platform, on this Università, your admission to our university. For that moment on, you, the student, will need to contact the consulate in charge for the visa issuing. And since the visa process, the issuing of the visa is in charge of consulate, which is a different even ministry than university, we cannot interfere in that process. But as long as they ask for confirmation, for letters, for official emails confirming the students, we can support. We cannot interfere in which are the visa entry requirements for study. So there are a set of requirements for obtain a study visa. One of them is a university admission, so we can support for that part, which is in our charge. For the others, we are not able to interfere with them. How early, the earlier, the better. With this new platform, we were able to open admission in November, and probably we already sent some offers, and by February we'll be setting up the deposit payment. So by February we will have the first, let's say, admission letter sent for the visa. I think the majority of the admission will come out between February and April, more or less. So as soon as you get your admission letter, you just need to wait for the Università website to open, which usually is, let's say, March, April as window of opening. You can go for your admission. So we are trying to help these applicant students by opening very early our application, as other universities are doing actually the last years.
Perfect. Well, we mentioned, of course, this sort of support, and you mentioned before internship. So I was wondering, is there any sort of career service? Do you have fairs on campus? So anything that can support students that perhaps want to stay in Italy and work after, or maybe why not just getting to connect?
Yes, we do have a career service. Career office can help you in find your internship or that publish any job vacancy that can be interested for students. And what I have not mentioned, but your question led me to it, we also, as among our faculties, we have also psychology, as you have seen and heard from Ryan. We also have a psychological support for students. So in any case you will feel uncomfortable, or you will have any fear, or you feel insecure on your studies, you are coming from another country, you are starting to learn new things in a system which is not yours, so maybe you can feel a little bit confused, we have a psychological support that can help you in finding your way in the times you feel a little bit, let's say, insecure on where you have to go.
Oh, this is, I really think about when I studied and there was no such all of this service. And I guess one of the good thing is like it's very up to date with what is, the latest trend, but also I think what is needed. And for international students, but also for local students, because we know is, you're going through sometimes, the stress, the exam, the fact that, you need to prove yourself. One thing that I'm thinking about when Gerard was talking about his experience is a different system. It's like, you go into a different system and a different way to approach the exam. So I guess this service is great. We're coming towards the end of our webinar. So first of all, I wanted to thank our panelists for making the time and for their great presentation. And then I wanted to ask if there was anything else that you wanted to add, to remind, to share. We will, of course, share the recording of the event where you can also be able to rewatch the presentation in case you missed some details about application deadline or requirements. But I wanted to ask Marta, but also for Ryan, Gerard, and Hussein, in case there is anything else that you'd like to share or to remind. I'll leave you the floor if there is anything you'd like to add. And in the meantime, I'm going to put in the chat a link to receive your certificate of attendance by Doxity. But Marta, Ryan, Gerard, Hussein, anything, feel free. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Federica. No, I have anything to say. If not, thank you to everyone that attended. I invite each of you to log in on to visit our platform to see our study offer, and in case of any doubts, with a few steps you are registered in, you can contact us, and we will be more than happy to reply to any of your queries.
Perfect. And I also have to say that, as you can see, the team is very much approachable. The students were here to share their testimonials, so I really would take the most out of it. So also, if you want to investigate if it could be the right fit for you, really feel free to reach out, because you might have just one-on-one conversation and you can find out a lot. So it might be the perfect fit, or you might clear some doubts that you might have. So we really encourage you to get in contact with the university. So thank you so much. Thank you so much to all of our panelists tonight. We're going to share with you the recording and some useful information over the next few days. So hopefully this was useful, and we hope to see some of you maybe put an application through, so you will be able actually to meet in person some of our panelists. So thank you so much and have a great rest of your day. And we look forward to seeing you soon at the next live webinar.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.